I've been thoughtin' and boughtin' since I was a young little thing, okay? Oh my god, it was the most intense thing that ever happened to me. My life is a chaotic madness. Chaotic, chaotic, chaotic madness. What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Sasha Raee, back at it again with another episode of Chaotic Madness. And I just have to say that the title of this podcast is so real and so true to my life. And this guest that I have today can attest to that because we've had to reschedule and had a lot of unexpected and crazy things happen. But we are here. And I have the Why Not Camp Awards multi-platform master nominee and host of Orgasmic, a journey into amateur porn, Miss Isla Cox. Hi! How are you? Oh, thank you so much for being here. Can I first just say you are just so beautiful. Like your pictures and you in life. Oh my goodness, I'm like fangirling because I'm like, oh, this girl's so beautiful. I need her.
Thank you so much.
Well, tell everyone just a little bit about you. Even for myself, we've actually never really met or even, I guess, really like talked a lot. It's just like kind of through Twitter. So,
So I am 24 years old. I've been in the industry for 2 years. We're coming up on my third year of my first cam show. So I'm
nice.
super excited for that.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's something that I always wanted to do, but I started college and then I kind of forgot about it. And then I dropped out when I met my husband, and I was like, yeah, I've always kind of wanted to make porn, so let's
Okay.
do that. And then I went for
Nice.
it. Um,
Nice.
I have a podcast that you mentioned, Orgasmic Journey into Amateur Porn. We talk about personal sex stories, tips for sex life to spice up for couples or for themselves. Um, and I also run a blog.
Oh, nice. Okay. What's the
Um,
blog?
So it's basically tips for customers on how not to fuck it up with their favorite model, how not to get
Okay.
blocked, how not to say anything that might offend ethnic performers, things like that, things that people might not know if they're not told. So I just kind of put that out there for them to consume it and then hopefully put it into practice.
Oh, that's actually very interesting because I don't think I've ever really met someone that made something specifically for the customers. It's usually geared more so towards the models how to. So hopefully whoever is listening out there, if you're a customer, please go read this blog because some of y'all just be out of pocket. And you guys act like you don't know how to approach a person. Like we are people at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Talk to us like you would if you met us at, I don't know, like a grocery store or something. But child, don't even get me started on that.
Yes, lots of us
Man.
focus on boundaries and how not to push boundaries, where boundaries
Yes.
might start, how to ask about
Nice.
boundaries before you
What's the
cross
name of
one.
the blog?
It's just my website, Isla Cox with 3x's.com.
Okay.
I think I just have it on my blog.
Gotcha, perfect. And I'll have everything linked down below as well too, so that way it'll be easier to just click on the link and then she'll pop up with all of her sites. I know that you mentioned that you went to college. What did you major or what were you going for?
So I was going for environmental science with a minor in geology. I love the
Whoa, way
environment.
different.
So I'm a huge nerd.
Okay.
Love science. I was a band kid, all about that stuff. like,
Okay, what instrument were you in
um,
band?
I played the trumpet, the French horn, the double French horn, and the mellophone.
Oh, you were deep
I was
into
deep.
band. Okay. She didn't just do the 1 year. She was like deep in it. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. So with science, okay, so I really cheated, especially in high school and like chemistry and science and all of that. Most of the time I was either asleep or I was extremely high and I couldn't even concentrate to know what was going on. I don't know how I got all A's, but I
Oh,
did. A girl still got a full GPA.
congratulations.
But all I remember about science, I'm gonna sound so dumb right now, but it's like, like the ocean and I don't know, chemicals. Ooh, I sound so dumb right now. Give us a little mini refresher on science.
I'll be honest with you. So it was my passion, right? Environmental science. I was always passionate about it. In my first year there, I realized that I think I was a little bit too dumb for that major. So I was in the class. I didn't understand what was happening. Super confused. I started to rethink everything. I was like, I don't think this is for me. I think I need to do something else. Like my dreams are crushed.
Okay, I don't feel as bad then because I was like, damn, I feel
I decided to
dumb.
pivot. I pivoted.
Got out while you could. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. I have younger siblings and they're in middle school now. And you would think middle school, like math and English, would be easy, breeze. I'm almost 30 years old. I should have this like nothing.
Yeah.
And she'll FaceTime me, and I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is this? And so she thinks I'm so smart, but really I'm Googling the exact question that she needs from her textbook. And I'm Googling it, and I'm like, okay, so from what I remember, it's something like this. I'm always Googling all the answers, and I'm like, yo, how do I not remember this shit?
That's me, like in life, though. I'm always on Google. I get a cock, and I'm like, okay, so what's happening?
Oh my goodness, that was me. I have suffered from a really bad ear infection this month. My dog got really sick, and it was just a lot going on. Then Halloween, this is going on, so my dumb ass decided to do 31 days of Halloween.
I've seen it. I've seen it on Instagram. It looks so cool.
Thank you, but it's a lot of fucking work, and it stressed me out. And then being sick, but I'm also a personal assistant, so I have like other people's like work to do, so it was just a lot. And I was like, yo, something wrong. I think I'm dying. So I would Google my symptoms. A brain aneurysm came up.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
it literally made me seem like I was gonna die. It was like I'm on a deathbed. And I was like, oh Lord, my time has come. I'm gonna die. I haven't accomplished everything that I wanted. Man,
Mhm.
I'm not ready to die. Like Google is not, do I never Google your symptoms. A simple cough will make you think you're fucking dying with cancer or something.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
but I'm so dumb that I have to use Google.
You're definitely not dumb. Google's a resource. It's there to be used.
Google is the only way that I function and make it in life. I
How do people do it
swear.
beforehand? I honestly don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I think about it and I'm like, how did I even make it through high school? Because we didn't really have the internet like that. Damn, I'm so old now. Just thinking about that, like, oh, well, we didn't really have internet when I was growing up back in my day. Like, I'm literally at that age now where I'm like, well, back in my day, we didn't really have the internet.
I just found a VHS tape and I was like, how can I even watch this?
Oh
What
my God.
what do you do?
Oh man, that used to be the shit. Like,
It was like my favorite one. I was like, wow.
and then you have to like manually rewind it because it doesn't automatically start from the beginning. So you're there waiting through a 2 hour long movie trying to get it back. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez, you're still so young. 24. Oh, man, like you're in your prime right now.
Oh man, it doesn't feel like it. I feel so tired.
Girl. Well, I mean, you have a blog, you have a podcast, you're an active sex worker. That in alone is crazy as hell. Like, how? Where do you sleep? Like, is coffee your drug of choice? Like, what
So
keeps you
yes, I
going?
actually have this tiny little thing right
Oh
here.
my god, that's so cute. I love that. It's so
It's
cute.
coffee, it's iced coffee, and we got all the caramel and chocolate, all the extra good stuff
Mm,
in there.
I love iced coffee. Coffee is my thing. Right now, I'm drinking a skinny margarita
Ooh.
because a bitch just needed a drink today. And it's my first drink in like 3 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I decided to do like 75 days of no alcohol to see if it
Hmm.
would give me a difference. No difference.
Okay.
Skin was the same. I weighed the same. Like there was no difference. So I literally sacrificed alcohol for no reason. No reason. But and then coffee, that's my drug of choice too. Like I love coffee. I like making it. I have like a whole coffee setup in my kitchen.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, so like, I'm bougie or whatever, but
It's necessary.
it's definitely necessary, especially when you like work from home and like even if you have multiple businesses, we all
Mhm.
still typically run them out of our houses for the most part.
Yeah,
So you never leave and you want to get creative to make it feel like you're doing something eventful, like going to Starbucks. So you want to give yourself that experience of watching the
right.
coffee drip out and getting the little foamer thing
Hmm.
wand. And so, I mean, I don't know, that could be me. You said you've been in the industry for 2 years.
Hmm.
So what were you doing before you hopped in besides college? Like, were you working a 9 to 5 or?
Um, so I was always kind of spoiled growing up. So I only
Love a
had like
spoiled
one
girl.
job.
Oh, very spoiled.
And when and that's when I was like 16, and I want to say I worked there for like a week. It did not.
Okay, so you didn't really have a
I
job.
I did not.
A week is like orientation.
I went to college and then I worked like a like not really a 9 to 5 because I had class, but then I worked like full time for a college student.
Okay.
And that was not it wasn't bad. It was whatever. But then I was like, fuck it. Tired.
Okay.
And I joined the industry.
Usually, I meet a lot of people that are like, yeah, I worked the corporate world for so long, and like, it's just, I wasn't making enough for the time and energy I was putting in. So, and then I stumbled upon this industry and I was like, I'm gonna make the switch. You're over here like, well, I had like maybe a week of a job, but yeah, no.
But it's something I forgot about. But then I talked about it, I want to say in a podcast or maybe in like an interview. I can't remember. But I found out what OnlyFans was on a credit card statement, on like a bill statement from my husband. I was like, what is this? And he was
Oh,
like,
so he
I
was
don't know.
subscribed?
Uh-huh. He's like, I don't know. I was like, so I looked and I was like, oh, okay. You like OnlyFans girls? He was like, no. I was like, you do? I was like, no. I was like, I'm gonna be an OnlyFans girl. Okay. And he was like, oh, you're just this dumb. I was like, okay.
That is crazy. Like, what are the odds you find out about OnlyFans because of your husband's statement?
Hmm.
And
I
then you
was like,
try to play
oh,
it off.
cool. Yep.
That is, oh my goodness. Okay, so,
Because I was like, I didn't feel, I wasn't upset with like, like the girl. I was like, she's making her bag. And I was like, what am I doing? I'm fumbling the bag.
literally, the bag is there. All you gotta do is pick it up.
Exactly.
Pick it up and turn it into a much bigger bag. Because,
She showed me the way.
well, how does your husband feel about you being like in the industry? Was he like skeptical at first, or has he always just
So
been supportive?
he did like a bunch of research because he was really scared that like I was gonna get like trafficked, all the crazy things that
Mm-hmm.
go around about the industry. he like did his research, he read about it, and he was like, okay, like if this is what you want to do, like I'll support you. And I was like, okay, great.
That's so good. That's nice when you have a supportive spouse in the industry because it takes a very strong person mentally to understand what we do. And
Definitely.
as it's difficult because a lot of people think that they can handle it. Like, oh yeah, I totally would support my girl or my guy if they were in the industry, like da da da
Hmm.
da. But then when you're in it and you see your spouse either working with other people or going to conventions or just
Right.
taking nudes and actually posting them, your mentality changes
It's different.
completely. Like it's
Hmm.
so difficult. And then too, if you're putting in, let's say, like a hard month, you don't even like want to have sex afterwards. Like after you've been on, quote unquote, for
Hmm.
the internet for your job, when you log off, you're like, okay, let me breathe. I don't want to be sexy. I don't want to be cute. I just want to like lay back. And then your spouse is looking like, well, you looking scrumptious. Like,
Right. Like, come on.
come on. And you're like, yeah. Like I just did a whole show. I did a whole camathon. Like
Sure.
I don't want to. So that's really nice to hear that he is very supportive of you, especially too with you being so like new into the industry as well. So that makes me happy. I love hearing where people's spouses are so supportive of them and like let them flourish and be the bad bitches that we are.
Yes.
How did you guys meet, if you don't mind?
So we met in college. I was in college, he was
Nice.
not. We met through like a friend. She like posted a picture of me and he saw me and he's like, who is she? And he like friend requested me and I asked her and I was like, is he like a weirdo or anything? Like, should I accept this? Or like, is he a stalker? And she was like,
Mm.
he's fine. So I
Gave him the
accepted his
green light.
request. Yes. And then we hung out and the rest is history.
Aww. That's
We got here
so
super cool.
cute. I'm such a huge like nerd for romance. Like I love so much. And I love like stories about how people meet because I always feel like my life is a movie. Like I have main character vibes in my mind.
Yeah.
And so it just always makes me feel like I'm watching or hearing like a fairy tale from other people's moments and like, oh, well, this is how we met. Because like yours just reminds me of kind of like a comedy movie where the guy thinks the girl's cute, meets front like sees a photo of her, and the girl's like, is he a weirdo? And then the friend's like, no, girl, he's good. And then it's like from there, you guys just kind of like do your thing and then fall in love and then get married and then maybe in the far future have some babies. I'm gonna put that out there for you.
Yeah,
If you
we
want
already
them,
have some, so
you have.
definitely.
Oh, oh my goodness! See, love. I love that. Dang, girl, look at you out here just doing the thing. Like when I was 24, girl, I still didn't even know who I was. I was trying to figure it out. Like,
Same.
let alone be married, have kids, have like all these successful businesses, getting all these nominations. Like, girl, at 24, I don't know. I think I might have been having a midlife crisis or something because this is. It's great to see you flourishing so young. So then when you do become my age, you'll be like in a different chapter and
Yeah.
you can look back and go, wow, I really did that. And then in your 30s, you'll be like, wow, I'm 30 and what do they say? 30 and flirty and 30, flirty, and flourishing. I don't know. It's something. But yeah, like you're going to be so excited when you turn 30s. 30s really are the new 20s. They
Oh,
really,
that's awesome. I'm
yeah,
excited.
they really are. I tell myself that all the time to make me feel better about it. It may not be true, but that's what I tell
Yes.
myself. um, so tell me something that no one would think just by looking at you. Like we know you're a beautiful
Hmm.
person. If we stumble upon your socials, we can see you're in the adult industry. But what is something about Isla that in her real life
Hmm.
away from the internet that no one would think?
Hmm. That's a really like oh my God, I have no
I
idea.
stumped you.
The only thing I could think of, like the first thing that pops in my head is that I pick up a lot of things with my feet, like all the time. Like if I'm walking around and I see something on the floor, I'll pick it up with my feet. And
Okay.
put it on the counter.
Not what I was thinking you were gonna say, but okay. Let's roll with that. So you don't really use your hands, you use your feet more. Would you
Yeah,
say you have
so
like a
like
foot fetish?
I don't like touching things with my hands. Like I think lots of things are dirty, so I wash my hands a lot.
Oh okay, I
So
agree
I
there.
just grab it with my feet, so my feet are dirty anyways. Just put my away.
Okay, I'm just picturing you at like a convention or something. And you're like, oh no, I dropped my phone. Hold on, let me take my shoe off real quick so I can grab the pop socket with my toes and then lift it up. Like I just see you stop mid walk and just taking off your
Grab
shoes.
it.
Okay.
In public,
So
I'll just use Purell. I'll just get a really strong one, just squirt it on
and
there.
just
We're
grab
good.
around.
But at
Okay.
home, that's what I'll do. I'll be like, okay. Tell germs
Oh
are
my
separate.
goodness. I love that. So you would say that you're basically who we get online is who you are to an extent in real life. Like there's no
Definitely.
persona, no alter ego like character that you make up. Like this is you.
Yes, this is me. I love being like I love being Isla. I love being myself. It's awesome to like be able to just be myself to a different group of people, I guess.
Hmm.
But I definitely try to be as authentic as possible for like my fans. I feel like it gives the most genuine experience, and it also makes me not be like weird. If I were to
Hmm.
like get on the camera to try to like remember, like okay,
Who
like
did
get
I
in the
say
zone.
I
Like, write down a piece of paper, like study it. Like, okay.
was? It's funny that you say that because when I first started, because I've been in the industry for 10 years, I made up the person that I thought I wanted to be, like in life. Like, if I can create who I wanted to be, this is who I was. And I had this whole, like, made up life story from, like, pets I've never had, just like a whole lot. Like it was not me at all. And people could really tell because I
Mhm.
would forget certain things. I would forget certain like milestones. And then I just got to a point where I was like, you know what? This is a lot more work than it is to not be myself. And
Mhm.
if you guys don't like me for me, then this ain't it for me because I'm going to just be me, the weirdo, the nerd, the person that makes fun of herself, the dorky one, the sex kitten that she thinks she is, but I'm gonna just be me because it's I think fans can tell, and I think that they are more entitled to want to get to know you when they can tell that you are being genuine and not like, yeah, we're a fantasy, but there's a difference between just straight up lying and then being yourself to a degree with like obviously like a stage name or something. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Definitely.
And it's more fun too if you think about it. Like being yourself. Like you can do things that you actually like and then it shows that you like what you're doing versus it being forced. Like no one wants
Mhm.
to see a forced model trying to have a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's cool. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've recorded an interview that I feel like I've lost my touch.
Definitely
Um,
not.
I'm like, okay, I there was so much I wanted to talk to you about, and now here I am, just feeling like it's my first day ever. This is my first podcast. I've never done it before, so I've made a lot of mistakes and a lot of errors, and I'm trying to learn from them,
Mhm.
but this is not easy
No.
at all. Um, but yeah, so okay, we've talked about your college, talked about your kids. What things do you like to do? Like, what are your hobbies? Like, what is something if you could call up somebody like, hey, let's go do this, this, and this? Like, what
The
would?
always eating. Like,
Oh
I
my God, we
love
would get along
food.
so much.
Yes. I love food, all types of food. Give me any food. I love sweet food,
Mm,
spicy, everything.
okay. Okay. Do you have like a specific like go to all the time, can never like give up?
Sushi. Sushi.
Okay. Okay. I love some sushi, but you ever seen the documentary called Seaspiracy on Netflix?
Yeah. Yeah.
I made the horrible mistake of watching it, and I haven't been able to look at seafood the same since. Like I can't do it.
Yeah.
I've had sushi after. I've had my favorite was salmon.
Mm,
I bought salmon, made it how I normally made it. It just did not taste the same. I was so
yeah.
like turned off by it. And I was like, why the fuck would I watch it? I blame Melrose because she tweeted about it and I was like, oh, what's this? Let me watch it. And then I
Yeah.
remember texting her and I was like, bitch, you just ruined seafood for me for the rest of my life. Like, so I blame her for everything in my life. She's usually the root of any crazy idea that I decide to do. Um, but yeah, damn, sushi. It sounds good. Like, it sounds amazing. I can't do it though. I can't. Are you more sweet or more salty?
mm, Definitely sweet.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So are you like chocolate or more so like sour gummies?
Definitely chocolate. Gummy candy, I'm not a fan of it.
Okay, so not so much sour, like powdery type sweetness, more so like milky, like Kit Kats or type of things.
Yes, definitely like almond
Okay.
joys.
Almond, girl,
Anything like
that's an
that.
old people bar. Almond joy. My
I
grandma used to eat
I grew up around a lot of old people. I was raised by
those.
really,
Okay,
really old people, so that's
that
like
makes
all I
sense.
ate. Like
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like an old person. I get along with old men really well.
Okay, I'm like, girl, that is an old person candy
I'm
bar.
mixing
But
with some peppermint.
wait, do you eat a Heath bar?
Ew, no.
Okay, okay, okay. I was gonna say, girl, if you say yes, I'm like, are you sure you're 24? Cause that's old
It's like
people.
Benjamin Button. I'm just eating it all.
Seriously. Okay, so you're like a chocolate, sweet, milky type girl. You pick things up with your feet. You went to college for science, but then was like, you know what? I think I might be a little too dumb for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do porn instead.
Yes.
I love this. I love this so much. Um, what are some things in your career? Like, let's say, I mean, it's such a cliche question, but let's say within the next 2 to 3 years that
hmm
you want to accomplish or like a goal you have.
Hmm. Gosh, I really want to model for Penthouse. Like, it's like a huge goal of mine. I would like cry.
Okay.
I'd be super, super excited. So if I could do that, that would be wonderful. But my short-term goal, honestly, is just kind of living my dream life. Just kind of doing whatever I want. Having the
Okay.
ability to do that.
So just the freedom of just whatever you wake up tomorrow saying, you know what, I want to go skydiving. You go
hmm
skydiving. Just
Yes,
not so much planned, but in the moment type of thing.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Well, Penthouse, if you guys are listening, you know Isla, she says she's ready. You already know I'm ready. Y'all already know I tweet y'all all the time. I'm still waiting on a response, but I know you guys are busy, so you know I'll be patient. But we're ready. Like if you want some
Yes,
beautiful, like women of color, like we are here to bless your company. You
yes,
know,
really.
like let me not go too deep on that because this will turn into a 5 hour episode if I just go where I want to go with that. But yes, you have two beautiful women of color that are interested in New Penthouse. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Wait.
Well, Well, I definitely think that you would make a great asset, like all jokes aside, to any modeling company. Have you like reached out to any of them and like have any like photos, like a what do they call it? A go see folder or anything?
Yeah, so I actually was thinking, I was looking for photographers and I was going to get like my first professional photo shoot done to
Okay.
then send to like some of the agencies that I'm looking at to be like, hey guys, like I'm
Where are
super
you located
interested.
if you
Um,
are
so I'm
public?
located in the West Coast, so definitely not like public of like the area,
Gotcha.
but
Okay, but West
West Side.
Coast.
Hmm.
Okay. I'll message you because I know a lot of photographers, especially on the West Coast, that shoot women of color too, because
Okay,
that's also
perfect.
very like
Huge.
it's sad, but like it is very important to know if a photographer has ever shot people of color and if they know how to shoot people of color too, because that is a huge thing as well. But yeah,
Definitely.
I'll link up with you and definitely send you some people as well too. Well, that's great. I mean, you can always like do you what I do. I learned how to take my own photos.
Hmm.
So 99.9% of my photos I take of myself. And I would use Instagram, like utilize that platform like to the max. Like I would just
Hmm.
scream it down and then that way too like just start tagging a bunch of those companies in there cuz
Hmm.
it's the 21st century. I don't know if they're doing ghosties. I'm sure they are cuz I mean there's a lot of professional models out there. But just like even Twitter, like that's how a lot of brands now are getting their models is through
Hmm.
social media. But you got this. I'm excited to like see where like in the next 2 years like where you're gonna be. I'm be like, oh my god, that's I on the cover. I'm like, okay, girl, I
I'm gonna
see
mention you. I'll be like, I remember.
you. Like, let me manifest this real quick and put that energy out there for sure, for sure. Um, but I know that we are very tight on time, so I do want to be respectful of that. But before I wrap everything up, I always love asking everyone like what they're currently listening to right now because I have a chaotic madness playlist.
Hmm.
So every guest, basically, I add their music onto the playlist, so you get like a little bit of like a
Ooh.
variety. Is that how you say it? Variety, 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 variety,
Variety?
variety. There we go. I told you I was a little dumb. Okay. Why do I have a podcast? Because I just expose the fuck out of myself all the time. But a different mix of music. Yes, what you said.
So honestly, my song that I'm like obsessed with right now is "Don't Do Drugs" by Doja Cat and Ariana
Oh my
Grande.
god, yes. Okay, okay. Everyone's been on a Doja like fucking titty sucking moment right now. I mean, I'm all here for it. Don't get me wrong, but Doja baby, like how many people you got sucking your titties right now?
So
Everyone
actually, I
loves
only
her.
ever heard one song from her before, and then I finally started listening to her music. So I was like, what is everyone like so obsessed with her for? So I started listening to the music, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. It's
She
good.
released a song like years ago. I want to say like 9, 10 years ago, and it's called "So High."
Yes, that's the first one
Yeah,
I heard.
yes. And it was like all the webcam models will have that mute like that song specifically. Like every room you would go through, like somebody was playing it at least once during their stream.
Oh my gosh.
It was like the popular, like, but she wasn't mainstream popular yet. It was just like underground. And
Hmm.
then out of nowhere, she just started to really blow up, and now all you hear is Doja everywhere, like everywhere. Like I love Doja, but like, girl. Perfect. So don't do drugs, Doja Cat. And then where can we find you again everywhere? Link your Instagram, your Twitters, your OnlyFans, whatever you have.
Oh man. So the first one that I'm gonna say check out is definitely my X videos. Search Isla Cox with 3 X's and check it out because that's like one of my favorite platforms to use, honestly.
Okay.
You can also find me at OnlyFans Isla Cox. Twitter, Isla Cox with 3 X's. My Instagram is different, so it's X Isla Cox. And my blog, which is Isla Cox with 3X's.com. You can also check out my podcast and get sex tips, hear my sex stories from my personal life, and more at anchor.fm/Isla Cox, or you can just search it on like Apple Podcasts or anything like that.
Perfect. Are you on
Yeah.
Spotify as well, or
I
just
am. So I'm on Spotify. I'm on like on all the platforms. You can find me on like Google Podcasts and things
perfect?
like that.
Okay. Awesome. Well, you guys heard it here first, and I will definitely have to bring you back again at another
Okay.
time where we can like play some games and get a little bit more deeper. I'm really nosy, so like I'm really interested now in like your sex life with your husband and like
Yes,
what
I'll
you
share
guys
all the
like to do.
details.
Yes. So, if you guys are interested in wanting to hear all those naughty details, then please make for sure that you listen, you like, you share, you subscribe, all that goodness. And until next time, I will see you guys next week with another episode of Chaotic Madness. Bye.
Bye.